Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name's Andrea and I love the Pilates method of exercise. If you're new, welcome. My channel is all about digging into the classical Pilates exercises and making the most out of them, whether you're a teacher or an enthusiast. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Today I have a request, which is ultimately going to be a short mat workout. Probably like basic to intermediate level, and this is a request from my lovely client Erin, and she wanted to know if there were exercises that you could do, Pilates exercises you could do to help you get better sleep or to help you fall asleep if you're having trouble falling asleep. And I have to say that yes, that's a thing. That is something that Joseph Pilates talks about, recuperative sleep, in his books. And it's also something that I experimented with about 3 years ago, because I too sometimes, my mind is really busy, and especially if you're watching this video in the future, right now it is September of 2020, and so now our minds are often kind of distracted and really busy, and it could be hard to fall asleep sometimes. And about 3 years ago, I actually tried it out because I was up in the middle of the night, and I remembered that Joe Pilates advised that if you couldn't sleep, you could rise immediately and do your exercises. And so I gave it a try, and I reported back about it in the middle of March Madness, actually, and it's on the blog. And I'm just going to read a little bit of the blog post, the quotes from Joe Pilates, and then I'll link the full blog post in the info box below. So, most important in the matter of enjoying good recuperative sleep are quiet, darkness, fresh air, and mental calm. This is from Joe Pilates. So mental calm, that's sometimes the problem, right? Nervousness is usually aggravated by a lack of proper exercise. It kind of figures that he would say that, right? Especially in the case of one with a troubled mind. Woo, okay. Now he's getting really serious. The best alleviative for this condition is exercise. So if your sleep is disturbed, rise immediately and perform your exercises. Okay, so if you're like me, I sort of feel like even turning on the light and starting to read, I feel like sometimes, that sends the wrong message. I feel like that's going to make me more awake. So I was a little skeptical about how moving vigorously was going to actually help me to sleep, to get to sleep. I guess I tried the method of just lying there and, thinking myself to sleep, which is often not very effective. So he has a response for that, of course. It is far better to be tired from physical exertion than to be fatigued by the poisons generated by nervousness while lying awake. Well, evidently that's my method of trying to fall asleep, is to be distracted by the poisons that are trying to keep me awake. Okay, particularly beneficial in this regard are the spinal rolling and unrolling massage exercises, which relax the nerves and induce sound, restful sleep. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense to me, because in our spines, all the muscles that run along the spine, there's a lot of innervation, of course, which, generates all of our feeling of our body. And so that makes sense to me that rolling exercises could be, like Rockabye Baby, right? So that's his main things that he says about rising to perform your exercises. So I'm just going to do a few mat exercises, and I guess to me, I sort of think the mat is sort of appropriate for a before bed workout, just because, I have a studio mat in my house, but many of you probably just have a floor, and, in your bedroom, in the dark, next to you on the floor, that seems a little bit, more conducive to me than getting in the studio and having a proper mat, or getting on the reformer, and there's things you have to deal with. So for the purposes of this before bed workout, we're going to be doing the mat. Okay, as a side note, I, in my own practice, have been experimenting with taking a full, deep, and relaxed breath in through the nose and out through the nose, and I kind of feel like that's very in keeping with Joe Pilates as well, and also just that kind of slowing down the breath, I feel like sends a message to our mind, hopefully, to kind of, take it easy and get ready to sleep. So I'm going to be talking about that a little bit too. And there's a book actually that I've been reading. Many of you probably have been reading it or have read it. It's a book called Breath. The Hard Science, it's got the Lost Art, the New Science of a Lost Art. Oh, I'm probably butchering the title. I will link it below. It is very, very engaging. It is not dry or, dense in any way. It's very, it's kind of like a good novel. Like you want to follow the hero through all of his trials and tribulations. I am not finished with it yet. I feel like I'm just trying to savor it and not wanting it to end. But just that full deep breath is very, very Joe Pilates. The full exhale, it does nice things to your back and your spine. So I will be sort of talking about deep breathing a little bit as we exercise. Okay, no more talking. Let's rise immediately, or somewhat immediately, and descend to the mat or the floor. Lie onto the mat. Stretch your arms overhead like your whole body is taking a nice yawn. And I'm going to just inhale through my nose and then exhale fully as much as I can through my nose first. And then go ahead and count your 100. Five more. And then I'm going to use a strap, but of course if you're lying on the floor next to your bed, you don't have one. And I think I'm going to lose the pole. So let's do about 5 of the roll up. And as you're going on with your exercises, all of them are not super focused on breathing. You should be breathing kind of normally. But let's adjust our idea of normal breathing. Just inhale through your nose as deeply as you can. And when you need to exhale, you're going to exhale through your nose as fully and deeply as you can. And you're going to try to move at a nice steady pace so that the breathing quality doesn't make your movement, too languishing. This is the last of the roll-ups. And if you like the rollover, let's put it in. If it's not one that you do, go ahead and meet me at the one-leg circle. And if it seems, like not conducive to your purposes for falling asleep to not do this one, no worries. Reverse. Five circles in each direction. Yeah, once I'm trying to steady my breath, I really can't count my circles. That might happen to you as well. Switch the legs. And it might be that, you know, one deep inhalation and exhalation lasts more than one repetition. I think that's why I can't count. But you know, sometimes when you take your focus to one area, like a deep full breath, that may, you know, things may fall by the wayside, but just kind of notice and don't worry too much. You're trying to just calm yourself and move steadily. And I'm just going to do a few of these ab exercises in this series. Kind of think instead of these massaging your back along the mat. Here's our nice deep full breath exercise. Inhale. Exhale as fully as you can. So that it sparks an even greater inhalation automatically. 2 more. Rest your head for a moment. Let's go for the scissors. And then let's sit up for spine stretch. This might be one spot that you might think of finishing. If you do everything and then this deep breathing exercise and massage of your back of spine stretch, that might be one little group of exercises that you could take as a before bed exercises, or you could continue. Let's see. And we're going to do about 5. And you know, I don't normally close my eyes when I'm doing Pilates exercises, but for our purposes of inducing sleep in some of these sort of curled over exercises, it seems like that might be sending a good message. Oh, it erased my brain. Let's do the overleg rocker. So here's another of our rolling and unrolling. And then whichever corkscrew pleases you to do is great. This is another of our unrolling. And I'm just thinking of where I might stop. I'm a little one-sided, so all of these corkscrew, saw, these side-to-side exercises, that'll probably feel really nice to do before bed. Also, if anything, is uncomfortable when you're trying to sleep, a little bit moving and stretching out before sleeping, sometimes that's what keeps us awake, Again, just inhaling. And even kind of exaggerating that exhale. And then onto the stomach. I'm going to do one more. And it might be because the Swan Dive is not a favorite of mine, but it seems a little bit of vigorous with our purpose for the exercises today. So I think I might just do a little bit of dive and catch while still keeping my hands here. So I'm getting that kind of rocking, rolling sort of massage. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, that seemed like, I don't know, that seemed like that might be my speed. And then I think I'm going to do the single and double leg kick as well. And really we're just doing a few, you could kind of go to the side kicks, seal, and finish, kind of at any point. If you feel like, if you're doing this and you're trying to fall asleep, if you feel like, oh, it's time to go to bed now. This is another nice one if you inhale here on the kicks and you exhale and get a nice kind of before bed stretch. Okay. I'm going to do just a little bit of the neck pull to back extension myself, and then, there's so many good exercises. Okay, I think I'm going to do the neck pull and then a little bit of the side kicks. Yeah, we'll see. Again, with your own needs, you can decide to return to bed at any time. This one's so hard I forgot all about the breathing of any kind, really. Last one. And for my own purposes, I'm going to do a little bit of the spine twist, just because I know that makes my body feel really good. And you can have your arms in the normal place, just out to your sides. I really feel like this kind of helps me lift everything. And I'll do one set like this. And then just a tiny bit of side kicks. Let's do about 3 or 4 of each of the front, back, and the up, down. Maybe 3 circles. And then to the other side. Oh, I did 4. And then 3 circles. And then for our purposes, if you make it to the teaser, you know, do 3 of a teaser that you really enjoy. If you can't think of any of those, you could go to the seal. You could get in bed. Really, it's all pretty good. I'm already a little tired. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do just the teaser 3. So everything down and everything up. Like it's a big, you know, stretch. Let's tell ourselves that. And you know, I'm sorry, I just can't stop. Okay, one more exercise, I promise. I'm just starting to like this one, so I sort of feel like, oh, it might feel nice. Oh, and it's certainly exhausting. Okay, how about some seal? Close to the edge back there. Just about, you know, 4 or 5 and then stand up. Oh, well, I hope you're exhausted and you go right to sleep. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, do become a subscriber. Just run your cursor right over the logo, Pilates Andrea logo, in the corner of your screen, and it'll let you subscribe just like that. Thank you so much. If you click the bell icon, you'll also be notified every time there's new videos to watch. And thanks, I really appreciate it. It was so lovely to see you guys today, and I'll see you again